Good evening. Welcome. My name's Walt Palmer. I'm on the board of Archway Academy, and I didn't even have to ask any of y'all to sit down, so way to go. Please put your phones on silent or vibrate if you can. You don't want to be that person, right? Want to thank the parents and the families, Palmer Church, Dr. Adams, our superintendent, Stacy, our principal, our staff, our teachers, our counselors, our supporters, and especially the families. I know this is a big day for the 17 people here, but a great day for y'all as well, and congratulations to all of y'all. And you know, it's an honor to serve on this board, and before I relay a short story of why Archway is so inspiring to me, I just want to thank Amanda and Andrew and Madison and Clifton and Emily, our board president, and the rest of the board for guiding us through such a pivotal year. Y'all have done an incredible job, so thank you. And they say, you know, good writers steal, but great writers plagiarize. So I'm gonna steal from Brene Brown. So the link between courage and vulnerability, according to Brene, is having the courage to show up when you cannot control the outcome. And these 17 seniors showed very vulnerable a few years ago, but they took action and they stayed in school and they walked a recovery path I can't even imagine doing as a teenager. And they changed the arc of their lives, which is just an incredible thing to do. And I get choked up thinking about what y'all have done, so congratulations. You really inspire me. Y'all might think walk the line is that thing you do every year and you roll your eyes, but when I watch y'all walk the line and I participated in it, is one of the most courageous things I've ever seen in my life. And I just want y'all to remember what you did. You believed, you received the love that Archway provides, and you became. So I just challenge you as you go out there to be the best possible version of yourself, especially when you can't control the outcome, and remember that we love you. And now I'm going to say two things. The receptions in the fellowship hall afterwards, please keep your cell phones off the whole time. And Priscilla's going to come up and do a prayer for us, so thank y'all.
Hello, my name is Priscilla Williams. I'm a recovery coach here at Archway. I am honored to be here today to give this opening prayer. If you feel comfortable, please close your eyes and join me in a moment of silence. Today is like any other. The sun rises, the wind blows, people laugh, and people cry. Today is also fresh and new, and like no other day. Today is graduation, a passage, a completion, a celebration. We honor these graduates for their focus, strength, and endurance. Today we say a blessing for tomorrow. This graduation opens another door to another time. God, we ask now for your almighty hand to be upon graduates as they and their families celebrate this grand milestone. May they find comfort from our community, continue embrace and support as they journey through life. Give these graduates the focus and clarity they need to understand their purpose in the world. Give them the courage to embrace who they are. They may be afraid of what comes next or confused about which directions to go. Remind them that they are surrounded by a community of recovery that will help them walk through their fear. If you will, the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Thank you.
My name is Clifton Gillick, and I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications at Archway Academy, a former student and a board member. Archway is a beacon of hope, operating within a continuum of care that spans from alternative peer groups to residential treatment centers and collegiate recovery programs. This amazing continuum of care ensures that our students receive unwavering support at every stage of their recovery and educational journey. We are proud to collaborate with our APG partners, PADAP, ALP, and Teen and Family, who provide essential support and resources. Additionally, our treatment providers, the Park and Center for Success, play a crucial role in offering comprehensive care to our students. These groups offer clinical services including family support, social activities, and peer mentoring. Their combined efforts create a robust support system that empowers our students to thrive both academically and personally. As someone who has walked this path, I can attest to the transformative power of these services and a commitment to long-term sobriety. I'm a product of the very continuum of care that we celebrate today. Archway Academy planted the seed that would one day lead me to a life that was unabashable to me, a life full of success, love, happiness, and freedom from drugs and alcohol. These programs didn't just help me recover, they helped me empower me to reclaim my life and my future. The success we celebrate today is not that of just the individual, but communal. It reflects the dedication of our staff, the commitment of our families, and the perseverance of our students. To our graduates, you have faced challenges with courage and determination. You have shown that recovery is not just about overcoming addiction, but about embracing a future full of potential and promise. Today, we honor your hard work and celebrate your achievements. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2024.
Hi, my name is Madison James, and I'm the Director of Grants and Operations for Archway Academy. So today we gather to celebrate a beautiful milestone in our students' lives, a day that marks the finale for years of hard work, dedication, and growth. As we stand on the threshold of new beginnings, it's essential to take a moment to reflect on the journey that brought you here, and the remarkable individuals who have been your guiding lights along the way, our teachers. From the first day you walked into their classrooms, your teachers have been more than just educators. They have been mentors, coaches, cheerleaders, and advocates for you. They have challenged you to think critically, encouraged you to explore new ideas, and inspired you to strive for excellence. Their passion for teaching and unwavering belief in your abilities have been a driving force behind some of your success. Our teachers have shown you the power of perseverance. They have taught you that learning is not confined to textbooks, but is a lifelong journey of curiosity and discovery. Through their patience, knowledge, and creativity, they have made even the most complex subjects friendly and engaging. Our teachers at Archway, I would argue, are the very best in the nation. Some of them are in recovery themselves and are a living testimony to many of us. Some of them are not in recovery, but adore our mission and have a true calling to help mold every single student. All of our teachers teach multiple curriculums for multiple grade levels, while the average teacher focuses on one curriculum for one specific grade level. And above all, each of our teachers have fostered an environment where our students felt safe to express their thoughts, make mistakes, and grow from them. Today, as we celebrate your achievements, we must reflect on the diligent efforts from our brilliant teachers. To our teachers, we extend our deepest gratitude. Thank you for believing in every student. Thank you for pushing every student to be the very best version of themselves. And thank you for the countless lessons, both inside and outside the classroom, that have prepared our students for their future. There's a quote by Henry Brooks Adams I'd like to share. "A teacher affects eternity. They can never tell where their influence stops. On behalf of our beautiful graduates, parents, and Archway staff, we are grateful for each of our teachers and recognize the invaluable contributions that each of them bring. Thank you.
Good evening, Southwest Public Schools students at Archway, our parents, faculty, staff, and special guests. As your superintendent of schools, Dr. Felicia Adams, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to our 2024 graduation and celebrate our graduating seniors. I am honored to serve as your superintendent of schools, where we are on a mission to provide our students incredible opportunities as well as personalized learning environment, and that promotes great student achievement. And at Archway, we focus on strong family support, teachers who care, and a balance between education and recovery. For you, the journey is never ending. There's always going to be growth, improvement, and adversity. Additionally, we are committed to creating an outstanding learning environment resulting in skillful, knowledgeable, well-equipped citizens who will become successful members of society. Parents, thank you for trusting us to grow these young men and women. While we are proud of your academic accomplishments, we know being a student at Archway is so much more. And every one of you deserve a champion, a teacher, an educator who will never give up on you, who understands the power of connection and incites that you become the best person you can possibly be. Faculty, please stand and be recognized at this time. Thank you, teachers. And once again, congratulations, class of 2024.
They look good, don't they? My name is Andrew. I am the clinical director here at Archway. And prior to having worked here for 10 years, I was also a student. I'm an alumnus of Archway. I sat on that very stage in 2010, and I was probably wearing one of those same gowns. So we washed it, so don't worry about that. Archway turned 20 years old this year. Yeah. And we have a lot of people to thank for that, past and present. Amazing, amazing people that had drive and motivation and inspiration and also desperation. And about 20 years ago, a lot of people rallied together and said, we need something more for our young people that are navigating life, but navigating life with some additional complications. And what started as a smaller sort of program is now what you see today, something beautiful and robust and wonderful. And I'm honored to be a part of it and a product of it. So thanks again for everyone that's here, and congratulations again to the graduates. We have Priscilla to thank for this year's motto, thug it out. And I'll touch on that later. So while these students look wonderful in their slightly wrinkled gowns and the very stylish hats, we know the journey hasn't always been easy. The graduates, the families, the counselors,
the friends, the loved ones, the teachers. We all took part in this journey. It's very much a community effort. The moms are like, you're damn right it is. And y'all know what it was like when things were rough, when there was a lot of loneliness, when there wasn't a ton of self-esteem, and it was hard to look people in the eye, when you lacked connection, and bonds you thought were strong at one point start to deteriorate, and you have goals that start to disappear. And then you might also experience loss. And prior to coming to Archway, there was probably methods that you guys had or used to cope. And the reason you're on this stage is because those methods probably weren't super sustainable, right? And you really start to find that it's like drinking salt water. What may have worked at one point in time is now just draining you more. And it's not doing what it used to do. And again, you're experiencing all that chaos and loss. And families might not recognize the young person that they once knew. There starts to be a more unfamiliar face on the other end of the table or on the other end of the phone. It may have been difficult to love them at times. Some of y'all are like, yep. And I think we're just waiting for a glimmer of hope, something that's gonna change our family, something that's gonna change my son or change my daughter. We're waiting for something. And 15 years ago, my parents were in the same boat. They were desperate, and they weren't sure what to do. And I don't think they were all that enthused about the person they were looking at and talking to. And there's desperation. And all of us, I think, at some point in time are waiting for lightning to strike. We're waiting for something to happen, something to change. And Clifton touched on it. Lightning struck in Houston, okay? This is a mecca for young people's recovery services. This is the place to be if you have some challenges. This is the place to be to have wonderful counselors and teachers and administrators. And I think what happens once we start to enter into this lifestyle, families and students alike, we're able to breathe again. We're finally able to have some hope. But the journey doesn't end when families find us. A very wise woman once said, "It's not what's on the outside that counts, but what's on the inside." How do you treat people? What kind of friend are you? How do you react to your child when they show you the music that they like? That's a real test of character. There's reconstruction ahead. So again, we find these services, there's a glimmer of hope, and then we realize, oh, there's work to be done. There's a lot of groups and late nights. There's a lot of paperwork and a lot of phone calls and a lot of parent group text that's part venting, part productive. It's uncomfortable, and you can't hide from your wounds anymore. You kind of have to embrace them. And these graduates rose to the occasion. You all rose to the occasion. Something clicked. We got to see a light turn on. That's a commonly used expression, but it very accurately describes what we as staff experience, what parents experience, what sponsors experience. You see the light turn on. The student that came to us with the hood on and the headphones on, all that starts to slowly go away. And we start to get to see the real person, the funny, charismatic, still slightly angry person. And unfortunately, some of us don't get to make it to this point. Some of us fall. There are so many others who should be on this stage today. There are individuals and families that don't get this opportunity that we have. And our hearts break for those families, and they're always in our thoughts. When the journey gets tough, you guys might find yourself asking, why am I here? Why am I still putting forth all this effort when life isn't as fun as it once was, or it's not making as much sense as it once did? Why am I putting forth this effort? Why am I here and so many others didn't get to be here with me? Is it worth it? Yes, it is worth it. This journey is worth it. Everything you've done for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years has been worth it. And I think you realize that, and that's why you persevered. That's why you thugged it out. There were probably moments when you didn't think you would ever graduate high school. You probably thought your old life was the only normal life. Now, you're leading check-ins, you're setting examples for your peers, you're creating happiness and laughter when you enter a room instead of something else. You've also been honest. And you might say, I'm not perfect. Who cares? Just be honest. That's all we can really expect of someone, is just be honest. Life will continue. There's going to be excitement and beauty and joyousness. And there's also going to be setbacks. And again, you're going to find yourself asking, is it worth it? Should I go back to the salt water? Do I do this alone? You're not alone. Your Archway family is here for you. You've learned so many tools over the years, tools that graduates from other schools walking the stage tonight don't have. I know when I graduated from Archway in 2010, it was one of my proudest moments. I didn't think it was possible. I didn't. But the Archway family that was there at the time in 2009 and 2010, they stuck by me. And my APG family stuck by me. And my treatment family stuck by me. And trust me, it was really hard to stick by me at times. I was ridiculous. We're here for you. You're always going to be in our thoughts as you transition into this next chapter of your lives. And as you venture out, just remember these 3 words. Thug it out. Thank you.
Thank you guys for all being here today. As we gather to celebrate these absolutely amazing graduates, it is my honor as the executive director. I am absolutely filled with pride when I look at the faces of these extraordinary seniors and the amazing staff that we've talked about today. They have worked so hard to reach this significant moment that we get to be in together. Today, we honor their individual achievements and the strength they have shown through this journey. But this day is not just about celebrating the graduates. It's also about recognizing the supportive network that Andrew touched upon that has helped them arrive at this milestone. We acknowledge the families, the parents, the guardians, the loved ones who have been the backbone of our students during some of the most challenging times. We know the path to recovery is complex and it requires resilience, both from students and their support systems. To the families, as someone that has had the hardest year of their life, with the passing of my husband of 16 years, 2 months ago, I'm now raising 2 teenagers alone and a 3-year-old. I didn't see my life this way. And I've resonated with these students in the situation that many of you have been in. I understand the hard days. And I'm so proud that these kids and you parents have faced uncertainty with courage and in here today together. You held on to hope when you didn't know you could. You walked in the dark, and sometimes you didn't recognize that young person standing before you, because I didn't recognize my 14-year-old this morning. And despite those moments, the really hard ones, you never gave up. Your unwavering love and dedication provided a lifeline for your children, allowing them to navigate the struggles and emerge stronger on the other side. You took those difficult yet essential tasks and personal growth while walking with your child. You not only supported them, but let me tell you that you supported and transformed yourself. And I know that you had to do that because I am a mom. This journey of healing is one that you've traveled together, and today we witness the fruits of your labor and your love. So I want to say a heartfelt thank you. Thanking you for being there for your children, and thank you for allowing Archway to touch them. I think I would speak on everybody on this stage and say that our lives changed just as much with the gift of your children as their lives have changed in the time that we've each gotten with them. To our graduates, your journey of courage, perseverance, and hard work, you have faced and conquered challenges that many may not ever encounter. As you step into the next chapter of your lives, carry these lessons you have learned and remember the strength you have shown. You are each a beacon of hope and proof of determination and support that anything is possible. And every step of the way, I hope you know that your Archway family is behind you. I have only had the pleasure of being with this stunning team and these amazing kids since November, and they became my family when I really needed a family. The eloquence of these kids is unlike any other. They have worked on themselves. They speak with respect and awareness and say things like, "Can I give you feedback?" when we all know we don't want it. I look forward to seeing the success of each of y'all for years to come. With that being said, let us go out and celebrate the ones that are here. To our parents, please go give them a special gift, a token of the people that have supported you on your journey.
Hello, everyone. Hi. My name is Haley, and I'm a recovery coach here at Archway. I also graduated from Archway in 2014, so I am an alumni. I'm proud to present the first annual Tamer Malati Perseverance Award. And I'm gonna do so without crying. Probably not. This award is given to a student who embodies the true spirit of perseverance through their resilience and tenacity. I have the honor of introducing you to this year's recipient. I've known this student for 4 long years. They are an individual whose journey has touched the hearts of all who know them. I watched them navigate the highs and lows of their academics, personal life, and sobriety. This student weathered storms that would have left many of us feeling defeated. They have lost loved ones. They've had setbacks and relapses. They had to take the same geometry course, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Despite these challenges, this student persevered. Their journey has been nothing short of inspiring. This student exudes positivity. Whether they're belting out rap lyrics or lifting others up with their infectious laugh, this student is always spreading good energy. Please join me in congratulating Luke. I have another one, y'all. Stick with me. I'm now going to introduce the recipient of the John Finoglio Service Award. The John Finoglio Service Award is for a student with outstanding commitment to serving their community. They're always willing to help and have a great attitude while serving. It's an honor to introduce you to this year's recipient. This student exemplifies what it means to be of service, doing so with a sense of kindness and humility always. This student is a quiet soldier who doesn't need the spotlight to shine on them in order to be of service. As one of our 5 student council members, this student shows up for this community in many ways. They lead check-in groups, they model self and peer accountability, and they care for the shared space here at Palmer. One of their greatest strengths is their willingness to sponsor. Not a day goes by that we don't see them sitting with a new student in the hallway or courtyard, helping them wrap their heads around a recovery-oriented lifestyle. This student made a significant difference here at Archway. In a world that often leans towards the loudest voice in the room, this student is a reminder that strength sometimes lies in quiet, unwavering dedication. Please join me in congratulating Sam for the Service Award.
Hey everyone, I'm Miss Scott. The T. Gregg Hambrick Service Award is for a student with outstanding commitment to serving their community. They are always willing to help and have a great attitude while serving. I'm very excited to introduce Shay Redmond as the very excited for the chance to brag on Shay for a second. Shay's commitment to her recovery and Archway make her unquestionably deserving of this award. Her positive attitude and genuine interest in helping is unmatched here at school. While many seniors take the opportunity to have a free period once meeting their credit requirements, Shay chose instead to stick around, take another course out of pure intellectual interest, and spend a period helping out support in the admin office. Shay is a friend to all. You can find her at any spare moment during the day, catching up with students, getting to know new students, connecting with people at Palmer, and yapping with the staff. Her empathy in these moments is crucial to the Archway community. This year, if Shay was at school, nobody was alone. In class, Shay always puts her best effort with a consistency that I admire, but as we know, the Archway community is about much more than just academics, and Shay excels as a servant leader in recovery. Every time I ask Shay about her spare time plans, she's either detailing how she's working to meet up with a sponsee, planning to take a newcomer to a meeting, or juggling the yoga challenge. We are so proud of Shay and thankful for her contributions to the community. Make sure to congratulate her at the reception while she's helping with chairs.
All right, so I would now like to present the John Redford Parent Gratitude Award. So this award goes to a very special parent who never failed to showcase unrelenting service and unyielding love, not only to their child, but to the entire school community. Archway recognizes her dedication, warm heart, and never-ending support. So she has no idea that this is happening, and I saw her in the crowd, so I'm probably gonna catch her off guard. But the John Redford Parent Gratitude Award goes to Erin Michaelis.
No one's kidding you, Tara. She loves surprises, so let's. I'm David Claunch. I teach science and math here. And this year, because the other math teacher to my left is moving on to bigger and better things in Austin, which we're very proud of. So I've known her for 7 years when she took my job. We both applied for the same job. They chose Tara over me. They gave me the opportunity to spend a year at the park, and they got the right teacher when they chose her. We've been together through our first, so I spent a year at the park, she spent a year at Archway. After that first year, I got hired at Archway, which I was very, very excited about. And then about a few months later, when we changed semesters, our whole math and science department got upended, that we got to walk that journey together. We've seen Tara change and grow as a teacher. We've seen her change and grow as a person. As a wife, as a mother. She's had 2 kids while she's been here, and she's taken care of a stepchild that's been a huge challenge. And it's my honor to give her, this is our very first year that we've done the Teacher Service Award. And as we give it to her, when I think about teachers and recovery and what these kids are going to be doing, what the parents out here do, what we do in recovery, I'm always reminded of an Armenian proverb that simply says, it's easy to count the number of seeds in an apple, but impossible to imagine how many apples can be in a seed. go plant some seeds in Austin. I also have the honor to present the Sasha Coles Impact Award, and I see the name here. It's Delilah Varela. Do we have a new student? Delilah? Oh, it's Lila. The Sasha Coles Impact Award is for a student who has an outstanding impact in the classroom and on the recovery community. This student has an unrelenting dedication to the principles of recovery. I've been honored to be her teacher for 2 years. We've been through Algebra 2, Physics, and Pre-Cal.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So please congratulate Lilo with the Sasha Coles Impact Award.
Cool.
The last person up these steps wants to make this night about him is Andrew, but I feel I need to say one more thing. Andrew not only graduated here in 2010 up these steps, he also got married here a few months ago, and his lovely wife is in the crowd. And when we say we're family, we mean that we're family. So my job up here is to call up to the head of the class, if you will, the valedictorian of the 2024 class, Anderson Weaver. I feel like I'm at a little disadvantage here as introducing Andy because I never know what this young man's about to say. And I don't exactly know what's in that red folder and what he's going to say about us.
A lot.
But the good news is I have somebody in his camp that has leaked his speech to me beforehand. So consider this my bomb first. Andy Weaver has the biggest forehead in anybody I've ever seen. And it's very, very pale. But he's earned that magnificent and creepy forehead by spending hours upon hours the last 3 years wearing a ball cap and umpiring youth baseball games. And he's worked tirelessly doing that weekend after weekend, 10-hour days. And he's worked to call balls and strikes and bang-bang plays at first base and a cloud of dust out on a steal. And he's put up with angry coaches, bratty players, and their insane parents. And he's done it with grace, and he's done an admirable. His maturity in a teenager to have that job is beyond compare. And we'll call him a decent student, but we have no doubt he'll have success in his future endeavors because he wanted to bring fairness and justice to a youth baseball field that desperately needs it, and I know he'll bring that to the world that desperately needs that as well. So Andy, congratulations on being valedictorian. And I have time today.
Oh, you got time?
Hey y'all, my name is Andy Weaver. I'm a person in long-term recovery. This means that for 2 years, I've tried dedicating myself to being a good son, friend, and student. Before recovery, life was hard. I wasn't happy. I didn't care about my future. I didn't have any true friends. I was sad, lonely, and angry. I was always in trouble outside of school. Substance use was the focal point of my life. Every day, every thought revolved around substances. I sacrificed family relationships, friends, and academics. I also gave up on life goals. My parents had no trust in me. I would steal from them, I would lie to them, I would manipulate and take advantage of them. There was a lot of fighting and arguing. I felt like I was letting them down. I did well in school despite substance use. I maintained A's and B's. There was no relationship with my teachers though. They didn't seem to care. I didn't care about them either, so. Some of my friendships revolved around substance use. Some romantic relationships revolved around substance use as well. In 2022, I got into some legal trouble. I realized that I screwed up. My parents were afraid and confused. They were probably ashamed of me as well. Less than a week later, I ended up in treatment. Some of the best memories I have come from the time I spent in treatment. I will tell you some of those stories, but I'll just leave it to your imagination. While I learned a lot in treatment, I couldn't figure out how to apply it. I continued to use. I ended up in treatment a second time. I viewed my second stay in treatment as a vacation. Shortly after I got out, I left home and ended up cold, wet, and feeling like a bum. I thought to myself, I'm miserable. And I asked myself, is this really what I'm doing with my life? And then I came to the conclusion that it's just not worth it. I mentally prepared myself to return home and go back to treatment. I knew a lot from previous treatment centers, but this time I actually applied what I learned. The day I got out of treatment, I toured Archway and Pedab. My first thought was, this looks horrible. My second thought was, there's no way these kids are actually sober. I enrolled the next day. I found that the students here are close to each other, everyone is friendly, there's not a lot of fighting, and we do a good job of holding each other accountable. I grew an instant bond with the staff. They are personable and caring. The teachers are by far the best teachers I've ever had. They're animated, they're aware of what the students are going through, and they accommodate us. After fully accepting that I was in Archway and Pedab, I found a sponsor and worked the steps. I attended 12-step meetings and made new friends. I've become content with being sober. This was the first time I've been happy in years. My parents aren't in recovery, but they do work a program. At first, I felt like they didn't understand recovery, but as time went on, we got better at communicating. My current friendships are one of the most important parts of my life. They play a major role in my support group. Archway saved my life. Without it, I probably wouldn't be here today. One of my passions is baseball. In the future, I plan on enrolling at the Wendelstedt Umpire School in Daytona Beach, Florida. This program prepares students to become professional umpires. My goal is to officiate Major League Baseball games. I wouldn't have found my purpose without Archway. Thank you.
All right. On behalf of Southwest Public Schools, we want to congratulate you for being the valedictorian of Archway Academy of the class of 2024. And with that, we have a certificate and a brand new laptop for you. There you go.
Good evening, Mr. Wilson. I'm science teacher here at Archway and personal financial literacy. Getting ready to introduce to you guys a speaker. And when I first met this young lady, she was kind of quiet, kind of reserved, and gave it a few days. I never knew what she was going to say, how it was going to come, and there would be times I was sitting in traffic on the way home, and I was like, did she really say that? Did she mean that? But one thing me and this young lady talked about was her resilience and her perseverance through everything, and just her being a hero and just overcoming everything. And I want you guys to meet this young lady, and I don't know what she's going to say. I am preparing you, but I know you will enjoy it. So I'm going to bring our speaker up, Lilo.
Hey, what's up guys? My name is Lilo, and I've been a student at Archway Academy for over 2 years, I want to say. I'm grateful to be here today and be y'all's senior speaker. So let's get into it. Okay. My mom is a strong and powerful person. She was 19 when she had me. I don't remember most of my childhood, and I believe I blocked out some of that due to trauma from an absent father. As a child, I had a temper. I was extremely sensitive. My family would always ask me, "Why are you so sensitive?" or "What are you crying about now?" It became uncomfortable for me to express my feelings without fear of judgment. I became angry and began expressing myself through that anger. I was constantly getting into trouble, and people knew me as a bully. I hated myself and projected my insecurities onto others. When I reached middle school, I was diagnosed with ADHD. One of my friends said that they knew how to calm me down. He introduced me to substances. I was 11 years old. Before I knew it, I was addicted. For 3 years, no one noticed I was using substances. People thought it was just my ADHD. My life was chaotic, and when I entered high school, I didn't think my life could get any more chaotic, but it did. New high school friends introduced me to new substances that were more dangerous. I went through trauma, felt lost, and felt empty. At 15, I was diagnosed with depression, PTSD, panic attacks, anxiety, and tactile disorder. I was also diagnosed as a pathological liar. So everything I'm telling you now is a joke. I mean, it's a lie. It's a lie. God, I fricked that up. Okay, just kidding. The first time my mom found out my substance use, like most parents, I'm sure, she was confused about what to do. I think parents are put into a hard spot when their kid is using. My mom was definitely put into a hard spot when she found out I was using. She told me not to use at school, but at our house instead because it was safer. That summer, I ended up using with my mom and her friends. The next few months felt like hell. When things got too far outside of my control, I found myself touring Archway. Archway was vastly different from all the other schools that I've been to. Archway was small. It looked more like a big family than a school. It was intimate. I was excited to attend until I learned that I had to be sober. I relapsed a few times, but I learned that if I genuinely wanted recovery, I had to put in the work. I had to figure out why I kept relapsing in order to prevent it. What has helped me stay sober to this point is sponsorship, working the steps, attending 12-step meetings, and utilizing my support community. What I love about Archway is when someone is struggling with mental health or sobriety, Archway helps them get back on their feet. We don't feel judged by others. While I was writing this speech, I was asked what is important to me and what helped me grow. I want to take a minute to tell y'all about, I think it's 5 things, right? I don't know. About 5 things that have helped me grow. Gratitude and honesty, patience, letting go of resentments, and self-respect. Guilty and honesty. I've made mistakes. I used to be concerned that people would look down on me, but I was overthinking. Now I make the choice to be honest, and it's crazy how proud of myself I am for telling the truth and asking for help. Instead of judgment and punishment, I get support, love, and kindness. Telling the truth and having integrity takes me far in life. It's something that makes me a better person. Patience. I was aggressive and irritable for most of my life. I struggled with patience. I learned that I can't control other people. Accepting others is the beginning of finding patience. I used to rush through my step work, but patience made the steps really work. The way I integrate patience into my life can't be rushed. This teacher isn't here right now, but I'm still going to speak on his behalf. So, when I think of patience, I think of Mr. Miller. My first year at Archway, I didn't like him. He was patient with me, but I was so much drama. We eventually grew closer. Mr. Miller gave me lots of affirmations about my hard work. It felt good for a teacher to see my strengths and point them out to me. Our relationship transformed over time because we were patient with each other. I believe I'm smart. However, I'm always worried I'm going to fail something. I get anxious as a result, especially in math. I get so frustrated when it doesn't come easy. When I earn a high grade when I earn a high grade on a test, it's a reminder that I just need to breathe sometimes and believe in myself and remember to ask for help. If I stick with it without giving up, I'll figure it out and I'll be okay. Letting go of resentments. I used to hold grudges and resentments. Resentments took up storage in my life, and I used to be rude. I'd forget why I didn't like people, but I would still be mean to them. After working with my sponsor, I realized that I have a part to play in treating people like crap. That helped me let go of my resentments. I won't get far carrying negativity around. I do my best to let go, forgive, and move on, especially with my family. There are family members here today that I've had a rough road with, and I feel so grateful that we have worked to make peace with each other. They are here to celebrate me today. Self-love and self-respect. Before recovery, I had no self-love or self-respect. I let people treat me poorly. Even when I got sober, I struggled with self-respect. But over time, I figured out who I am and what I want in life. Most importantly, I have people all around me that respect themselves. I have mentors like my mom, my grandma, Haley, Sasha, Miss Rosick, and they are women that show me how to have confidence and self-love. LT from PDAP is a strong man in my life that showed me confidence and self-love too. Oh God, okay. Last year, I was in a long-term romantic relationship that ended up toxic. I can look back and beat myself up for staying too long, or I can remember that in the end, I learned courage, self-respect, and God's timing. My friend Abby hold on. My friend Abby at Archway taught me that I don't need a guy to love and validate me because I can do it for myself. Self-love is one of the purest forms of love. Abby also modeled how to not take crap from anyone. She taught me so much about opening up and letting people in. That friendship is a beautiful form of love. Sorry, y'all. Give me a second. Gratitude. Sometimes things may seem like a consequence, but really it's a blessing. For example, like when I was told to attend Archway. Look at me now, shutting on the haters. I took a lot of things for granted. I took simple things like breathing, walking outside for granted. Now I notice those things. I notice the little things more. It's a much better way of life. One of my lowest points was when I was in a psychiatric hospital. It felt like things were ripped away from me. It put things into perspective, though. The darkest parts of my life looked like hospitals, poor decision-making, and horrible things being done to me. They have all been eye-openers for me and a constant reminder to be grateful for everything that I have. There are times in my past when I didn't want to live. Now I have so much appreciation for being alive. I'm standing on the stage and doing the senior speech, and I'm going to leave here and celebrate this milestone with my family. I love my family with all my heart, and what is more beautiful than that? I'm better at communicating with people now, especially with my mom. Family sessions brought us closer. My mom supports my sobriety and is a positive influence on me. I'm more open and outgoing. I'm less afraid of judgment. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I spent time in therapy, working through trauma. I have more self-respect now, and I stick up for myself, and I trust myself again. I believe that people can change because I've changed. I'm a walking example of second chances. I've been given second chances with people that I've messed up things with. Oh, okay. It takes time, but people deserve a chance to make things right, and no one deserves to have something held over their head forever. In just a few weeks, I will start attending the Aveda Arts and Science Institute to become a cosmetologist. So hit me up for... So hit me up for a taper fade or some extensions, you know. My handle is at lilo.m.varela. I dropped a mic. My fault. After I am a licensed cosmetologist, I plan to attend college for a degree in forensic psychology. I am forever grateful to my family, PDAP, to my support system, and Archway Academy for helping me find this beautiful way of life. Thank you.
It's almost time. I'm Stacy Garcia. I'm currently the acting principal of Archway Academy. I've been here as long as Amanda, since November, and these young adults are absolutely amazing. There's so many people that do not know what happens here at Archway. When I see them, they are just actually very typical high school students to me that are still very receptive to learning. They have gained a lot of tools here, right, with this program. Don't ever throw tools away. I'm sure your dads or grandpas or uncles have tools that they don't use, but they're there, right, because someday they'll need them. And so someday you will need these tools. You become resilient. You've dealt with adversity. And I know that you will continue to use the things that you've learned to get through the hard times, right? So one thing that I can say is that remember, you are only good as the company you keep. And I'm sure in the past your company was not always good. So make sure you keep good company, because that's only as good as you'll be. And as Priscilla says, thug it out when times get hard. There you go. All right, you ready? Get ready for your Kodak moments. Olivia Grace Coakley. Kaden Lee Cure. Samuel James Harwell. Judson Campbell Hughes. Liam Roan Huxley. Mackenzie Jane Kamen. Austin Wen Land. Lillian Eva Lee. Emma Catherine Michaelis. Luke Cameron Nobles. Cheyenne Kais Redmond. Caleb Jackson Rook. Shazade Shaw. Chloe Simone Shepard. Colby Turner. Lilo Michelle Varela. Anderson Philip Weaver. All right, students, would you please stand? By the power vested in me by the state of Texas, the Southwest Public Schools Board of Education, and Archway Academy, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I confer on you to the high school diploma with all the rights and privileges thereunto appertaining on this 22nd day of June 2024. You may now move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations, you are now an